Hi, welcome to TechAloft Update. My name is Peter Propp, and I work here on the Sikorsky Entrepreneurial Challenge. And I work here extensively with my friend Jonathan Hartman from the Sikorsky division of Lockheed Martin. Jonathan, this is our first one of these podcasts or video conversations, and our goal is to let people know more about the Sikorsky Entrepreneurial Challenge, what's going on with Sikorsky and Lockheed in the areas of advanced technology, especially as it relates to aerospace. Is that a pretty good statement of the goal?
I think it is, Peter, and I'd say thanks for setting these up, and look forward to many more of them. Just looking forward to continuing to engage the outside community with what we're doing at Sikorsky and Lockheed, and where we can partner and really do some really interesting things together.
Fantastic. So why don't you just give people a quick rundown on the history of the Sikorsky Challenge?
Sure. So the Sikorsky Entrepreneurial Challenge, which is hosted by Sikorsky Innovations, which is our skunkworks organization in the company, is an annual competition designed to identify and highlight revolutionary technology ventures that intersect the aerospace field. So we started this back in 2012, so it's now our fifth year. We're going into our fifth year of competitions. It's been a really interesting ride. We've had a chance to interact, around the U.S. and even across the world with a number of different interesting technology ventures, all with the aim of finding those products and processes that can make it onto our next generation of aerospace products.
Right. And it's interesting. See, if you have a goal of getting your technology onto a helicopter, one of the things you and I have talked about is that it is a long cycle to get your technology involved, but that the revenue that you might see as a small company could be quite significant. I know we want to talk about actual numbers, but explain that.
No, I would say that's absolutely true. Aerospace is a long cycle business. It takes half a decade to a decade to get a product out there, and a product is in the field for 30, 40, 50 years. I would say our real message and the value proposition for the challenge is aerospace is a first customer for your technology. Peter and I have talked a lot about this. Aerospace, more so than a lot of other industries, because of our low volume, is very interested in taking technology maybe a little earlier than mass markets, and because of the overall price points of our products, we're willing to pay that price premium for differentiated technology. So we're really looking for companies that have an interest in aerospace already, or maybe companies that don't and are looking for a first market, or haven't even looked at aerospace yet to come and see what our products can do and what our products can do with your technology on them.
So let's break it down into an example of where things are going when we talk about the awardees for the 7th Entrepreneurial Challenge.
Right. Sure. Happy to do so. And just as a reminder, if you haven't seen the challenge before, the way the process works is Sikorsky puts up a series of what we call focus areas. These are technology or process areas where we're, keenly interested for that particular period of time. We ask companies to submit a up to 5-page white paper, just describing your company, your technology. Think of it like a VC introductory prospectus. And then from there, we select from those first round applicants finalists who get a chance to present to us kind of Shark Tank style at our world headquarters in Stratford, Connecticut, for senior management from Sikorsky and across the corporation. Now, in terms of the 7th challenge, we had a couple of focus areas out there. We ended up awarding 2 companies recognition from that competition. One was Liquid Piston, which is a Connecticut-based firm that has a whole new thermodynamic cycle, so a whole different way of producing power in an engine, and we're really excited to work with them. The other one is actually a Mexican-based company with offices in the U.S. called Spinar America, and they do advanced augmented reality for a number of different commercial and defense firms. So 2 great companies. Just so you know, we offer, when we do these competitions, we call them competitions, but really it's just an opportunity to find the fit between Sikorsky and that company. What do I mean by that? Well, we offer 3 tiers of awards: winner, special recognition, honorable mention. And we have the opportunity at Sikorsky to award any number of awardees at any number of levels for each competition.
So, Jonathan, why don't you just take a second to talk about why Sikorsky does the challenge?
Sure, happy to. I mean, innovation is really in the DNA of Sikorsky, right? So our founder, Igor Sikorsky, built the first 4-engine airplane, the first practical helicopter, and we strive to find the best technology to deliver enhanced value to our customers every day. And we realize that a lot of that is going on all over the world. So what we're looking for is really collaboration. And what the Entrepreneurial Challenge is an opportunity to start that, I'll say, strong collaboration with the right people in our organization right off the bat. So it's a way to bypass the normal processes and get to those experts who can, really understand your technology and hopefully find a path to putting it on our products.
Yeah, academically in the innovation world, we would call it a really strong example of outside-in innovation.
Mm. So. And I would say, you have the right term there, whatever you want to call it. We've been collaborating with companies since we were founded. And just as we've grown from a $2 billion company 20 years ago to where we are now and as part of the Lockheed Martin brand, we wanted to make sure there was a strong path so that anybody with a good idea and a good technology could find us and make themselves known.
Excellent. One of the areas we've been working on for a while together is the area of augmented reality. Why don't you just talk about some of the interesting areas from your point of view when it comes to AR?
Sure. So, I mean, whether you call it augmented reality, immersive reality as you move towards virtual reality, it's all a great spectrum of capability that we're seeing some potential uses for. It's still early in development. You have the whole ecosystem, whether it's how do you generate the content, how do you update the content, what does the actual headset or not headset look like where you display the content, how do you do security across that? Whole kind of pipeline of collaboration, really, really interesting. But for us, it's about value. So it's how does augmented reality help a mechanic taking care of one of our helicopters out in the middle of an oil rig in Norway do his job better? Or how does it help one of my final assembly personnel wire the aircraft more quickly or efficiently? Those are just some of the con-ops that we're starting to think about, but we see it as a really strong technology area going forward. Yeah,
one of the examples we talked about recently was saving time for Army or Air Force, et cetera, personnel as the senior people do their job and need to help the tech, who's a quarter mile away working on a craft. If they can do that electronically and share data, it's very interesting.
Oh, most certainly. I mean, the warfighter is one of our primary concerns at Sikorsky, right? Our motto is we pioneer products that bring people home everywhere, every time. And that starts with how do you keep them maintained, keep them available, keep them flying. And when you're in a hectic environment, you're on a fire base somewhere, and you have a lot of personnel that are distributed that are all trying to take care of the same product, the ability to connect them seamlessly and connect them not only to the information base that they're working with, but the knowledge base of senior folks. Right. It's the exact same thing if you were looking at something in Stavanger, Norway, where you had 40 commercial helicopters that were spread out across an airfield and a senior maintenance technician back in the hangar.
Right. So it's a very practical way to improve safety and really train people to be better at their job too. It's really quite cool.
It is, and we're looking forward to continuing to find technology breakthroughs that will enable that. I think we're starting to see the first pass of that, but we haven't seen anything that I'll say is so compelling that we can put it on our final assembly line or put it in a hangar now and watch it do work. So, stay tuned. We may find some ways to continue to locate some of those companies and some of those folks doing that good work.
Yeah, you and I are both excited about the field, and we've been working with some outstanding outside people, and we're going to continue that path. So it'll be fun to see how that rolls out. Let's talk quickly, while we have a moment still, about the 8th Entrepreneurial Challenge, some of the topics you think you might see in there, and when we expect to be announcing this thing.
Right. So, I mean, 8th Entrepreneurial Challenge, absolutely coming up. We're excited about it. You know, as far as topics are concerned, you're going to see focus areas that are you know, big in the industry right now, and I'll say are hot from a technology standpoint, and you're seeing a lot of breakthroughs through it. I don't want to give too much away. But, you know, in terms of timing, we always like to launch our next competitions in the early spring and have them run through the late spring and into the summer for that first round. So I would say stay tuned. A great way to do that is signing up for the TechAloft newsletter that this is going to be a part of. You can go right to the website, www.techaloft.com, put in your email address, and get this update plus a whole bunch more content that's going to be coming at you probably every 2 weeks or so.
Exactly. Excellent, Jonathan. Well, this was fun. I think we didn't mess up too bad. We'll probably let this one air. Thanks, buddy, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, great. Thanks, Peter.